Hey, K-Nation. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I'm back, and we are back to discuss what matters. Relationships, okay? So I hope you had a really great week, and this week's topic is going to be one of a series of conversations about this particular topic, and it is how to get your ex back. I have to sigh at that moment because when I Googled how to get your ex back, there was just a boatload of advice, some erroneous advice, some really good advice. And it made me start to think, okay, great, before I even get into the topic, there's a series. Like, this is not just one quick 5-minute sketch on you do this, you do that, because everyone is different and everyone has different needs and every relationship is different. So to give an anecdotal one shoe fits all answer to this is not going to work. So what I want to start with is something that is known through psychology, and it's called a mind map, okay? And so a mind map basically is just a visual representation of a topic, right? That you capture your thoughts and your ideas around this particular image or visual representation. You use lots of colors, you use pictures, you use words, whatever you want to use in your mind map, you're going to do that as we discuss how to get your ex back. Before we talk about how to get your ex back, you have to answer the question, is your ex right for you, right? So if you want your ex back, that's one thing. But do you want your ex back because you're experiencing pain? Do you want your ex back because you can't be patient to wait for the next person? Do you want your ex back because you're afraid you're going to be lonely? Do you want your ex back because you think that there's nobody else that's going to ever fall in love with you or you'll never fall in love again? There are tons of reasons why people want a partner back when they've left their lives. What I want to answer for you and help you answer is wanting your ex back, but ensuring that the person that you want back is actually the right person for you. My mantra and my belief is that there is someone for everyone, and that there is an ideal person that matches your ideal person at your best self. And so I want us to mind map your ex. What I mean by this, and I'm going to give you some specific instructions to do, it's actually a really cool exercise, and I found that when I've done mind maps of past partners and I look at the mind map at the end, I'm like, oh crap, wait a minute, this person's really not good for me. This person is not my life partner. This person's not my soul partner. This person is not good for me. Maybe my heart is broken in the moment, but the person ultimately would not have been my life partner if I didn't sit down and really just look at whether or not they were a good fit for me. So what I want you to do, you're going to mind map your ex. And what I mean by this is, take a piece of paper and I want you to draw your best figure of your ex, okay? If you're angry at them, do whatever you want, doesn't matter. Your best representation of what your ex looks like in the moment, okay? Stick figures are good. If you're super artistic, that's awesome as well. Just put them in the middle of the paper, okay? And the next thing I want you to do, so if you look here in the background, it's like my family tree here, is you're going to draw branches off of your ex. And these branches, now I'm going to give you some example of branches that you can draw from your ex, but think about some branches that are valuable to you, that are important to you. So for one, I would do a branch of finances, right? So finances or financial stability, intimacy, goals, values, kindness, right? So basically you're mind mapping these very specific characteristics and traits that are important to you. So for me, whether my partner is kind is very important to me. Like, I need someone in my life that is a kind-natured human being, that's a giver. Financial stability is extremely important in relationships. So when you look at data regarding why people get divorces, finances and sex and intimacy go interchangeably between 1 and 2. And so that's very important to the longevity of a relationship. So those branches Basically, you're going to draw them from your ex. And next to those branches, you're going to draw things that represent those specific branches, like finances. So you want to draw something like stable career, if that's the truth. You can draw dollar signs, if that's the truth. You can do negative signs, if that's the truth for you. If they're not working, you can do unemployed. If they're an entrepreneur with potential, you can put entrepreneur potential, whatever you want under your values, right? So for me, my values, my religious beliefs are really important to me. So that's number one. Like, I need someone that believes in God, the same God I believe in. So I put that. I need someone that wants a family, that loves family. So I put that next to values. And as you're mind mapping, so each branch you do a different color, and you keep adding on to the branch. And so, you know, from the finances, you see those little branches that are coming off. You can add like little leaves. And then I want you to mind map yourself. So on a different sheet of paper, you mind map your ex. Then on the next sheet of paper, mind map yourself. And you're going to do the same branches. And look at the correlation between your branches and the fullness and growth of your tree versus your ex's branches and the fullness and growth of their tree. Now, what you're going to see just visually right off the bat when you look at your mind map, so you're going to use different colors for each branch, is it will be so clear to you whether or not your tree is a flourishing, blossoming tree, and your ex's tree is not necessarily flourishing or blossoming. Or your ex's tree might be flourishing and blossoming in some areas and not flourishing and blossoming in other areas. And then you start to ask yourself the question, hey, in the long run, as I sit and think about this, I look at my mind map and I look at my ex's mind map. Is this actually somebody that I want back in my life? So before we talk about how we get the ex back, let's talk about why we get the ex back, if we get the ex back. Because what I would hate to do with relationship advice is then tell you to go get someone back into your life that ultimately is not good for your longevity, it's not good for you, and the person won't serve your higher good. So there's a lot of talk about being your best self and, you know, living life to your fullest and being all you can be. Well, when you partner with someone, that best self is a reflection of them, and their best self is a reflection of you. And so when you're in a relationship, it is a partnership. It is a real partnership. And if the partnership is lagging on one area, and or falling in one context of one person, then that is going to be problematic for the longevity of the relationship. Now, what I'm not doing is I'm not preaching perfection. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that everyone's tree is going to be equally as full. But what I am saying is when you start to look at the values and the things that are important to you, if you start to find that there are areas that are lacking, that are extremely lacking, that you know in the long run is not going to serve your higher good or will not be good for you, then you have to start to think about whether or not you actually want this person back in your life. Now, how we get them back, we can get them back. We'll get them back. But I want to make sure that when you get them back, that the person that you have in your life is the right person for you and the right fit for you. So thanks. Again, this is LoveKayNation, and I am so grateful that you all have subscribed. So I'm learning how to adjust my page. I don't have to say what the email address is. I can just type it down below in the comments. My son told me that last week after watching this video. He said, Mom, you gotta get your life. So get my life, subscribe, click the button there, and also comment below. And if you don't mind, share your mind map photos with me. I'd love, love, love to see them and share feedback and comments with you about how it's looking relative to your partner. So good luck on your homework exercise for mind mapping. Enjoy drawing, and I will see you again next week. And again, this is LoveKayNation, where the nation always comes first. Enjoy your week.